Hello, beautiful people. Keep in mind what I'm about to say for this video. This is directly from the website, the royal website, the monarchy's website. And as the succession to the throne is regulated not only through descent, but also by parliamentary statute. In order of succession is the sequence of members of the royal family in the order in which they stand in line to the throne. But the most important part is the following that I want you to see. When James II fled the country in 1688, Parliament held that he had abdicated the government and that the throne was vacant. The throne was then offered not to James' young son, but to his daughter Mary and her husband William of Orange as joint rulers. It therefore came to be established not only that the sovereign rules through Parliament, but that the succession to the throne can be regulated by Parliament, and that a sovereign can be deprived of her title through misgovernment. The Act of Settlement confirmed that it was for Parliament to determine the title to the throne.
Like you do you, and whatever that means for you, wherever you find your comfort level. For me, this is it.
The question has to be asked, what does Meghan have on King Charles that she's able to bully, slander, defame, and be constantly rewarded for all of these behaviors? It's absolutely shocking. Never mind the end game. The end game, in my very humble opinion, for the royal family, for the monarchy, it's not on a book written by a weasel like Omid Scobie, just voicing Meghan Markle's nasty, nasty thoughts. That's not the end game for the royal family. The end game is all these underhanded deals that they have, because they have placed themselves in a very compromising position by collaborating, covering up for the likes of people, the likes of people like Meghan Markle, Andrew, and God knows who else. Please, let's get into this video. The incredible thing of all of this is that none of the reporters are talking about this. Everybody's talking about, there's the removal of titles bill, the act that is going to be put forth, and we're waiting for that. Everybody's kept mum, especially Parliament. Because as I said about 2 weeks ago, I was talking to Pidina because we were planning on doing a video about this, and she said that she had seen in Quora that the king had given royal assent to that bill. So I said, no, let me go and take a look. And we went and looked thoroughly through that site to check out what news there was. And 2 weeks ago, a little bit less than 2 weeks ago, that little piece that you saw there was not there, announcing that the bill had been killed off. Now, the only way that this bill can be killed off is at the request of the monarch, because Parliament are not going to kill off a bill or an act that gives them power to remove royal titles. Because let's be absolutely clear, the monarch can bestow, remove, revoke all royal titles. He really, really can. All you have to do is look at this. While we were all very busy complaining and trying to help out the royal family, look out for them, outraged on their behalf, King Charles went behind our backs and blocked the bill, the Removal of Titles Act, which was put forth last year and got the first reading, and I believe December last year. He blocked it, oddly enough, on March 2023, on March 8th, 2023, and it was published on March 27th, 2023. It was supposedly made public, because 2 weeks ago I was talking to Pidina and we were going through that website, and where it says news, where you see this thing that it says that it was basically canceled, it wasn't there. I found out yesterday through our live with Megan Small and Andrew from POV 88. Sneaky. And isn't it amazing? Yeah, isn't it such a coincidence that on March 9th, the press announced that, well, Meghan Markle announced through People's Magazine that her kids were going to be known as Prince and Princess of the United Kingdom. Yes. I mean, what a coincidence that Charles killed off the act, the Removal of Titles Act. And the very next day, Meghan Markle is announcing to the world, hooray, hooray. My kids, who have not been verified to belong in the line of succession, whose documents are completely hidden from the public, are in the line of succession and with royal prince and princess titles. As you can see here, this is the petition that was rejected. Many people sent petitions asking Parliament to please remove Prince Harry's titles. Meghan has no titles. And the answer from Parliament was that they don't comment on that and that they have no say whatsoever on royal titles, on honors, styles, anything that has to do with royalty, because it's a matter for the monarch. Well, Her Majesty the Queen, that's when they answer. But it's actually a matter for the monarch. The monarch has absolute control over all royal titles, styles, and dignities through a letters patent, or he can issue a letters patent or verbally. Like when he bestowed the Prince and Princess of Title, the Prince of Wales titles to Prince William. He did that verbally, and then later a document was drafted and was approved. Yes, the monarch can do that.
You got mad skills.
Oh no, I'm just resourceful.
So therefore, the question has to be asked, why is Charles being so underhanded? People, we're all outraged about the end game, the end game. While at the same time, Parliament is agreeing to allow Charles to continue behaving, doing misgovernment, misrepresentation. Because right now, if you type in royal and racism, you will get King Charles and Catherine pop up. Their names have been forever linked to that hateful moniker. And Charles is rewarding him. I mean, why did Charles give in to Meghan Markle and Harry? We have to ask that question because he's undermining everything that William is doing. And we have to now ask, I'm actually going to go and look at the documentation for the trial that, was allowed for Harry to move forward, which is he lost the right to pay for the police protection in the UK, but the judge gave him authorization to pursue the right to have it for free. Isn't that amazing? So he actually won because the judge said, you know what? You can't pay for the police because the police is not for hire, but you can go ahead and demand and put forth, contest a decision that you are not entitled to free, or no, not free, tax-paid police protection for you, your wife, and your family. So actually, that was a reward, guys. Because the judge did say you can go ahead and contest that decision, because if he wins it, he and Meghan Markle, his skanky wife, Meghan Markle, will get tax-funded royal protection. So are they really gone? They're still on that royal website. Charles is granting Prince and Princess titles. The Duke of Sussex title is hereditary, which means that Archie, a boy that we have no reason to believe that he is legitimately begotten, there's absolutely zero proof that that child was born from Meghan Markle because the documentation has not been presented to the public with the signatures from the doctors indicating that the child was born out of Meghan Markle's body. That documentation either does not exist or has been locked away, which is against protocol, because the reason why the law was abolished to have the Home Secretary present to testify to the birth of the person, when this is right before Charles was born, because that was a law that the Home Secretary had to be present along with two other witnesses to bear witness, to be present at the birth, to make sure that the kid was born out of the royal lady's body and that everything was, as it should be. That was abolished before Charles was born, but in exchange it was supposed to be that they were present. What we have seen with every royal birth, the Queen was not exempt from that. All royal ladies have presented outside of Buckingham Palace the easel with the signatures, the date, place, and signatures of the people who were present or delivered the child from the royal lady, except Meghan Markle. And on top of that, they got it wrong. So I ask you again, why are we being played like this? This is why this abuse is never going to stop. God knows what else is being done behind our backs. I don't feel sorry for Charles. I really don't. I feel bad for Catherine because she's associated to Prince William's family. She's incredibly loyal to her husband, and Prince William wants to protect the monarchy. But how can he protect the monarchy when his father's doing all these underhanded things? I don't feel sorry for Charles because only the monarch would request to kill off that bill. Because why, again, and I ask you guys, why would Parliament kill off a bill that gives them power, more or power over the royal rules? The only one who would lose in that deal is Charles or the monarch, because the monarch then would be told, by Parliament, if Parliament was pressured enough by the people, they would put forth, you have to remove the title from Andrew, from Harry, and God knows who else. And you can remove the kids from the line of succession. So why would Parliament do that of their own free will, unless there's some deals done behind their backs? And this is the problem that we have when the monarchy becomes dealing, or the royal family occupying the monarchy right now, start making deals in order to keep themselves as part of the ruling monarchy. They don't rule, sorry, as the part of the monarchy. Because this is what we have now. Charles desperately making deals to keep himself up there. Not to want to annoy Harry and Meghan Markle. We see people tiptoeing about the fact that everybody knows that Omid Scobie is basically voicing everything that Meghan, all the spews, all the lies. And people are allowing this to happen. Oh, I didn't know. I never wrote the names of the well, so are you telling me that the translators put made up stuff in his own book? Why aren't the translators suing Omid Scobie? All they have to do is show the version that they got, to translate, that was given to them to translate, and we will see whether the names were there or not. Because all translators keep copies of the work that they're given to translate. But nobody's asking that. I can tell you he's not going to be sued. Meghan Markle and Harry are laughing their asses off because for them, they don't care about long-term consequences. They only care about instant gratification. And right now, they're loving it. They're absolutely loving it. They knew that this was coming, and this is why they did all the little pop walks. And people want to leave Harry off the hook. Don't. Why are you leaving Harry off the hook? I mean, so I ask you again, what does Meghan Markle have on Charles that he's complying with all her demands? Because this is absolutely atrocious what happened. Because he takes power away from the people. And Parliament, the people in Parliament right now lack any bone. So they keep saying, oh, it's not up to us. And then you write to the king, and the king doesn't do anything, of course. So they leave people feel frustrated. I am frustrated. I mean, how do you feel? Why did Charles do this? What kind of deals did he have to make in order for Parliament to kill off that bill? And why? Why is he giving in to Meghan Markle, the likes of a D-list skank? I'm absolutely shocked. Please leave me your comments.